Yo, what's going on everybody? Mario here with Ankle Prints. Now, before we begin today's video, I do want to mention one quick thing, and that is that the settings that I'm going to give you for all of the different materials that I'm pressing today are specific to, well, my specifics, to my heat press, to the material I use, and really to how I work. If it doesn't work with what I'm giving you or with what I'm suggesting, then feel free to make a few tweaks. Either lessen the time by a few seconds, maybe increase the time by a few seconds, add or subtract a couple of degrees, and just experiment a little bit and tweak it to see if you can get it to work for yourself. Because there are a lot of different factors that will really attribute to whether or not some of these settings will work for you. You know, things like the type of heat press that you have, the brand of the material that you're using. Like for example, heat transfer vinyl, I use Caesar for the most part. But if you're using a different brand, they might have different settings for the optimal application for their product. Also, another quick thing to note is that if you're pressing on polyester, the degrees might be a little bit less than with cotton. All of the shirts that I'm doing today are with cotton, except for Sublimation, because that one you can really only do on polyester. But everything else is going to be cotton. And also, one last thing to mention before we do get started, the pressure, I always have it set the same. It's pretty heavy and I barely ever touch it. All right, and with that, let's go ahead and get started. So for the screen print transfers, we're going to be pressing them for 7 to 10 seconds at a temperature of 325 degrees Fahrenheit. These are a hot peel, so peel immediately. And just like the rest of the shirts or printing methods in this video, we are going to hit it with a second post press, meaning we're going to press it down one more time with a craft paper for about 10 seconds. Next up, we have cold peel DTF transfers. For these, we're going to be pressing them for 25 seconds at a temperature of 325 degrees. Now, once we have it pressed, I am going to go ahead and remove it from my platen to give it a little bit of time to cool before I rip off the carrier. Now we have heat transfer vinyl, or HTV. This is really going to vary depending on the brand, but for Caesar, I usually go for 20 seconds at about 300 degrees Fahrenheit. If you do like this video so far, make sure to listen to the shirt and go ahead and subscribe and leave a like. Alright, so next up, sublimation. This is literally the hottest at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 45 seconds. Sublimation, however, is a little bit different than our previous methods, simply because it doesn't need a post press. Last but certainly not least, we have white toner transfers. Now for this, I'm using the A and B standard paper by Uninet, and these press at a temperature of 310 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 seconds. Very important, after we press, we do need to fully let it cool before we peel the carrier. Now after it's pressed, you see how it's all glossy like this? This doesn't feel good and it's not really going to last. So in order to fix this, what we need to do is go ahead and give it a second press at the same 310 degrees Fahrenheit, but this time for 10 seconds. Not only does it look better, but it also feels better, and it'll last a lot longer. So there you have it. Those were the settings that I use to print t-shirts with these 5 different transfers. Now I know in this video I did only cover 5, but these are the most common ways of printing shirts, especially at home. So if there's anything that I missed, or if there's anything else that you want me to cover, drop it down in the comments below, and I'll do my best to see if I can make a video for it. If not here on YouTube, then maybe a short for it. Huge thank you to everyone for watching, especially if you made it this far. My name is Mario with Ankle Prints, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.